our solar system, the Astron. This is our planet, Astron Delta.
At the top.
Beyond the outer limits of human adventure, beyond the barrier of human credibility, fighting the unknown forces and secret terrors science couldn't predict.
There's a monstrous thing aboard this station from the moon. That's what killed Weber.
What kind of a monstrous thing?
Look this way, Doctor. You will understand. Here, Doctor. You are the first of your world to be looking at our solar system, the Astron. This is our planet, Astron Delta.
What is up, everybody? How are you doing? It is Thursday, it's 7 p.m., and you know what that means, that it is time for some Spectre Vision. I am Wando, back here sitting on the couch. That is Archie, and we are Spectre Vision. How are y'all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. This week went by kind of fast for me. I had a lot of stuff going on at work, but I am off tomorrow. And I'm officially started my weekend. So yeah, I am ready for it. It's been a long, eventful week, so I'm ready to kick back, relax, play some Pokemon, and have myself a glass of wine. So yeah, so what do we have in store tonight? So it's tonight. We are going to be playing some more Pokemon TCG Live. And if you all want to battle me, you can do that in the chat by typing !battle to be entered into the battle queue. And let me open up that battle queue right now. There we go. And that feature, again, is only offered to those who are watching on Twitch. So if you are watching on anything other than Twitch, come over to twitch.tv/SpectreVision and you can participate in the battle queue. I want to fight, but I downloaded the app again because I had to restart my phone because it made some problems, but now they're gone, and Archie looks like he's pissed off. So he's always pissed off about something, Hannah. Also, how you doing? Update on myself, I have 3 jobs. First, I'm a flower merchandiser. Oh, very cool. Second, I clean a building. And third, a babysitter on Sundays. Wow, you are super busy. I hope you have time for yourself somewhere in there, too, just to kind of relax and do things that you want to do. I had to reset my phone. TCG Live or Pocket? We're doing TCG Live tonight. When it's live, can you help me build it? Yeah, we're playing live tonight. In the live, I don't know how to do it there. Oh, okay. I'll show you, actually. There's actually some really cool tricks. What kind of deck are you looking to build? There's also some really cool free decks that they give you automatically just in the game. So I'll show you how to do some of that too. And in the later half of the stream, I've got something special. So I forgot to do this on the last stream, but we hit our sub goal twice, which means I should open 2 Prismatic Evolution packs. So we're going to start off with 2 of those, and then extra special, I have this. This is the Pokemon Center exclusive Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box, and we're going to unbox this on the second part of the stream. It's going to be dope, so you don't want to miss that. Okay. Oh yeah, and before to build the deck, I need to add. Yeah, so add me. Just SpectreVision is my screen name in the game. I don't have a code. I think just type in the name SpectreVision and you'll find me. So yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me go ahead and tab over to the game. There we go. Now let me fix the cat cam a little bit. All right, so yeah, so on this screen, Hannah, what you'll do is you'll go into your deck menu, and this is where you'll have all your different decks. You'll have to build a standard rotation deck, so one that is currently legal, but you'll have a bunch of free ones already unlocked in here. Ones that are really good are probably like the Dragapult EX decks. That one's really good. There's the new Ethan's Typhlosion that's really good, and yeah, there's some pretty good decks already in there. But if you want to build your own, you can do that by like editing a deck or creating a new one. I would suggest getting a deck recommendation from like Limitless TCG, where you can copy or export the text data and import it in here, and it'll create the deck automatically for you. But I've also got some like really cool decks that I want to try today. So this is a deck. It's a Misty's Gyarados deck that I wanted to test out. It's super weird in the way that it works, but let me go ahead and jump into a battle and I'll show you how that works. So the way that the Misty's deck, the whole like mechanic behind it revolves around discarding Pokemon into your discard pile and then pulling them back out onto your bench and then discarding them again, and that's how you end up doing damage with the Gyarados. It's a really wacky mechanic, but if it's super cool if you get that like rhythm going, and hopefully I can get that pulled off here, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the way that the Gyarados works is it does more damage, so you like discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and you do like 70 damage for every Pokemon that is discarded in that way. And little cool side effect, the Magikarp cannot take any damage when he's on your bench, which is handy. Probably should have led with the Staryu. Oh well. Let me know if the game sound is too loud. I can turn it down. It feels like it's a little loud. See, that's better. And I'm going first, which I guess is technically better because I want to get that Gyarados up and running by my second turn. You have this now, but I have to start decks, so I basically have nothing crazy. Cool. I was just saying there are some free decks in there, like the Ethan's Typhlosion deck is really, really cool. And those are free ones in there. The Dragapult deck is pretty good, and those are good like to start your deck building off of those decks would be really handy too. Okay, so let's see. Let's buddy pop in. Let's get some more of these Psyduck down. I'm using right now this, it's a Misty's Gyarados, and it's a super wacky deck, and you'll see why here in a bit. All I have is... Okay. Okay. I guess I will pass the turn. You made your own with Charizard EX. Hell yeah, dude. Remind me later, and I'll share you my Charizard EX deck list if you want to try my actual deck out. It's the one that I've used in a couple of tournaments in real life. The Pokemon International Championship is going to happen, or it's already happening in North... Yes, it's actually going on this weekend. It's NAIC National, or North American International Championship is what it's called. I can try to battle, but probably won't be hard to win for you. we'll try it out. Yeah, if you want to try out a deck, let's do it. What up, Onward? How you doing? How you been, dude? Welcome back. You sent me a friend request. Heck, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it here in a sec after this match. So yeah, so today we're gonna do a couple of those Prismatic Evolutions that I owe from last stream. I forgot to open these. 2 Prismatic Evolution packs, and then we're gonna do the Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB in the second part of the stream too. Good, been busy, good to see you. What have you been busy with? What's keeping you busy? I've been real busy with work. Things are gonna get crazy in the next couple of months, but maybe in a good kind of crazy. So I'm playing in expanded mode right now, so that's why you're seeing some like V cards, which are kind of older cards. Work has been busy. Oh yeah, I hear that. Well, I'm glad that you're here hanging out tonight and hope you're able to kind of blow off some steam. And this guy takes forever for his turn. That's the thing about Pokemon TCG Live is the turns are a lot longer. They take longer to happen. Whereas on Pokemon TCG Pocket, you only have like 40 seconds to make a move. So the matches tend to be a little bit longer on TCG Live, even though they're a heck of a lot faster than they are in real life. I've had matches in real life that have been almost an hour long. You know, especially if you're playing casual, you know, and you're like chit-chatting or whatever, having a beer in between. The matches can take quite some time. And there's usually only a few options to do every turn. Exactly, right? There's not that many things you can do. There's fewer prize cards. It's not that it ain't that deep. Okay, I don't have the Gyarados and I can't retreat, so that kind of stinks. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attach an energy. I'm gonna evolve the Starmie, and I'm gonna Professor's Research and hope I get a better hand. There's the Gyarados. Okay, cool. So this is what makes this Gyarados so cool. So I have to do 280 damage to get this knockout. Oh, y'all, the Caterpie spawned in the chat. Exclamation, Pokey, catch in the chat to try to catch that. So let me show you the Gyarados card. The way that this works is discard the top 7 cards from your deck, and this attack does 70 damage for each Misty's Pokemon that you've discarded that way. So, that being said, let me see if I have anything here. Take this card. The Psyducks have an ability that they get to knock themselves out. Or not knock themselves out, but you discard the bottom card from your deck, and you put the Psyduck at the top of your deck. So I can guarantee with this that I'll have at least 3 Misty's Pokemon as the top 7 cards of my deck. So when I use the attack, you'll see right here. Boom. 4 Pokemon right there, 280 damage, instant knockout. on the stage 1 Pokemon. And that guy's probably like, what the fuck was that? What just happened? He conceded. Yep. How do you get those Pokemon back? So there's a couple of really cool items in the deck that can do that. And I'll show you. That's funny. They instantly conceded. They're like, they didn't want none of that Gyarados. So the cards that will let me pull those out will be either the Night Stretcher, but I usually use this for energies because that's the thing that I'm usually running low on. Sacred Ash. Shuffle 5 Pokemon from your discard pile back into your deck. Super handy. You can run 4 of those, and because they're items, you can use them back to back to back. Super Rod. Shuffle any 3 combination of Pokemon or basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So that's useful right there. Lana's Aid. This one's really great. So this will help you pull a Gyarados back out of your deck, out of your discard pile. Put up to 3 of any combination of Pokemon that don't have a rule box or basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand, which means you can play them right away. So basically through all of those, I'm recycling Pokemon, putting them into my discard pile and then recycling them back out. It's insane. It's wild. And it makes an opponent, if you're facing this deck, it makes it very unpredictable because you don't know what to expect. You can't predict how much damage I'm going to be able to do to you in a turn. All right, so Hannah, you said that you added me. Let me come over here. Yay, there we are. Yeah, and if anybody else wants to add me in the game, just look up Spectre Vision. You'll find me. All right, so yeah, there are some really cool, free decks that they give you, and I'll kind of show some of those right now. I've built a lot of these decks, and if anybody wants a copy of one of my decks, I can post it in the chat, and you can copy it and import it into the game. But my Charizard deck, this is actually the deck that I play in tournaments. So you can see right here, I run Badoo, Shaman, Charmander line, Duskull, Dusclops, Dusknoir, Pheasantipity, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. So that's the Pidgeys I'm using to draw cards. That's my draw mechanic. I run Unfair Stamp as my ace spec, Jamming Tower as a Stadium as well as Artisan, and a handful of trader cards. So it's a pretty decent deck. I can do some hella damage. What makes the Charizard so great is his attack. It's only a 2 fire energy cost, but this attack does 30 more damage for each prize card that your opponent has taken. So at the most, you can do... Let's see. So what's 5 times 3? That's 150 plus 180. That's 320 damage you can do. Right? Is that right? Or 330 damage you can do in 1 turn for 2 energy. It's insane. It also has 330 HP. And because this is a Terra Charizard, he is Darkness type and not Fire type. So he does Darkness damage. And the other thing about Terra Pokemon is they all have this rule box. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to that Pokemon by attacks. So he essentially can't take damage from attacks while he's on your bench. And I'll run this deck real quick just so you can see how it plays. I'll just do the test. So when you test the deck, you get to play against an AI opponent. And it's a really good way for you to like test your decks out to see how your draws go. Maybe you get a lucky first hand or whatnot, but yeah. I've already completed the battle pass and the ranked mode too. What up, Ghost? How you doing?
Feed that cat.
Oh, Ghost.
Feed that cat. Feed that
Thank
cat.
you for resubbing. Oh, Archie came running in here. All right, let's feed this cat real quick. Listen for the crunch. Please. Thank you, Ghost, for that resub. How you doing? How you doing tonight? What's going on? Doing okay? Very warm. Oh, is it hot over there? Do you have your AC running? Okay, so this is a weird hand to start with. So I'll start with the Dust Skull first, and it's because the Dust Skull line is there just to KO an opponent on the bench, but also KO itself, which forces your opponent to take prize cards. And normally that seems like a counterintuitive strategy, but in doing so, by forcing my opponent to take prize cards, all it does is power up the attack of my Charizard. Yeah, I just stood in front of the stove making a s'more to treat myself for both cooking and cleaning the kitchen. Heck yeah. I actually learned how to do that with camp. To do, with the s'mores? Man, I haven't had a s'more in so long. What is your chocolate of choice when you make a s'more? I know, like, traditionally people use Hershey's chocolate. I'm not a big fan of Hershey's chocolate. I feel like it's a little bitter. Like, it's not very... I don't know. I don't think it's a very good chocolate. Now, Reese's chocolate. I really like Reese's peanut butter cups. In fact, recently I got a... there's a bag of Reese's... they were like... It was Reese's chocolate and peanut butter animal cookies. So, like, they were like animal... you know, circus cookies or whatever, but with chocolate on one side and peanut butter on the other side. It kind of tasted like a Girl Scout cookie. It was really good. I liked it. I just finished that bag tonight. I had 2 left and I ate them both. Used to be milk chocolate, but now I finally moved over to dark chocolate. Really? See, I still can't do dark chocolate. It just tastes so damn bitter to me. I can't enjoy it. Molly really likes dark chocolate, but I just could never get into it. There's the cat. I don't know why he sits up there on the on the arm of the couch and not on the actual couch. Reese's sounds like a complicated factor. But Mitch was telling us about peanut butter marshmallow sandwiches, so I can't judge. Ooh, peanut butter marshmallow. Hey, what up, Bad Taste? Oh, shit. Thank you for that sub, dude.
Feed that cat.
All right, well, let's feed Archie another one. Listen for the crunch. Thank you. I already gave it to you. Good boy. I know, like, lots of people love dark chocolate. I just can't get into it. It tastes too bitter for me. I like sweeter chocolate. Dark chocolate is good for real. All right. Let's see. What am I playing on this turn here? Okay, I can Arvin, which will let me get a rare candy and a tool, which I guess TM Evo. Let's do that. So with this, I can evolve to the Charizard and use his ability, which allows me to grab some energies. Dark chocolate is good when you want to eat less chocolate. It satisfies the craving in like a couple of squares rather than wolfing down a whole bar. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. Very good point. Very, very good point. Sweet tooth, that's the power of the powerful, the older that we get. Arvin that Arvin. I Arvined it so hard. Also, if anybody wants to join the battle queue, exclamation battle in the chat and you will be added to the battle queue. Alright, and I'll use the TM Evo to evolve my Pidgey. Alright, Not, you're the first up. Go to the shiny Pidgeotto. I don't expect to even know anyone. Well, you'll figure it out. I'll use one of my weaker decks, so it's not too overpowering. All right, Ghost, you're up after that too. Heck yeah! I'm literally as new as they can be. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. This is a crash course. All right, I don't have the card that I need. But let me go ahead and switch out. And we'll go in with the Charizard and start swinging. I'm not going to be able to do full damage with him, though. Is it better to have less energies than 22? Typically, in this deck, I only run 6 energy cards. But you have to be very specific with how you use them. If you use a deck that runs a lot of energy, I'd say around 15 maybe is probably where you're going to go. 22 kind of sounds like a lot. I have improved nothing since our last game. Okay, so we're going to evolve to the Pidgeot, and the Pidgeot has a really great ability that allows me to search my deck for any card that I want. And the one I'm going to get is the... We're going to get the Dusclops. We're going to evolve the Duskull on my bench and use its ability. So this ability, Cursed Blast, freaking awesome. Once during your turn, you may put 5 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you use this ability, this Pokemon is knocked out. So, we're going to move 5 damage counters over to a Natu for a knockout. Boom. And that knocks out the Dusk Noir, which is fine. I mean, yeah, Dusclops, I mean, which is fine because that just means that my Charizard's ability, his attack just went up by 30 damage. Because he does more damage by the more prize cards that my opponent has taken. Alright, let's flip the Artisan, and we'll get another Charmander line cooking on the bench. I will Super Rod to pull the Duskull, Dusclops, and Energy back out of my discard, back into my deck. Is that a yellow Mewtwo? It is! So this is the Terra Mewtwo, and he's Electric type. So he is not Psychic type. Although he uses Psychic Energy, he is Electric type. I actually have a deck that I built that revolves around him as the main card too. It's pretty cool. And we will swing, still not enough, but 210 damage ain't bad. He still won't be able to attack. Yeah, that's the thing about this era of Pokemon is they have the terrestrialized ones, where they have that crown, the stellar crown or whatever, and it changes their type. Ooh, so he uses boss's orders to swap in one from my bench. Interesting. Okay, okay. He still can't attack, though. Why he would put the Pidgeot isn't as weird, because the Pidgeot has a free retreat cost, so that was a dumb move on their part. Alright, we're going to Artisan and get a Duskull. Put him on my bench. I'm going to Ultra Ball. Get rid of my Unfair Stamp, which I know it's a ace spec, but I won't need it what I'm doing here. So we're going to pitch that. I'm going to pull a second Charizard. And with the Arvin, I'm going to get a rare candy to evolve into it. And I don't have any tools left. Yeah, so like with the Terras, my Charizards, rather than being fire type, they are darkness type. Which is really cool. Get some energies. And put them on my Charizard. All I need is 2, so I'm only going to pull those 2. Then I can retreat. Alright guys, we got a Lurantis has appeared in the chat. Exclamation Pokecatch in the chat will give you a chance to try to catch that. Pokecatch in the chat. Ghost, you're out of Pokeballs. Either throw a different ball or buy some more. Ooh, Ultra Ball. Oh my god, going hard. This better be worth it. That Pokemon better be good. That's the thing. I wish we could see what level the Pokemon was before we threw the ball. Manaphy. So Manaphy was a really good card during the last rotation. That got phased out. So prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Super handy ability. It prevents bench sniping. So I'm getting spanked by a very original Dragapult deck. Right, dude? And that's the thing, is everybody's running freaking Dragapults. It kind of gets annoying, but, you know, what are we going to do? Alright, we're going to get the Dusclops back. We are going to... I think you've already thrown your Ultra Ball. So, Onward and Ghost were the only two who caught the Lurantis. Was it any good? This is a good one. Get a knockout on the Nat2 back here, which also powers up my Charizard even more. Super Rod. Heck yeah. So we're going to use that Super Rod to shuffle that Dusclops back into the deck. So on the next turn, I can take another knockout. We're going to Artisan to put another Duskull down. So yeah, this is the kind of loop that this deck runs, is you're forcing your opponent to take prize cards, which powers up the Charizard, and I do 240 damage. It can be very, very oppressive. One more prize card. It means I'm going to win this match on the next turn. Oh, and I got the boss's orders. Dunzo. Your Caterpie was level 11. Hell yeah, let's go. It's so demanding to, like, evolve a Pokemon in that game. Like, you have to do so much to make it happen. Alright, Hannah, you are in the queue. Alright, so I'm going to start playing through the queue here in a sec. Since we've got 3 people in line on the queue. Not Ghost and then Hannah. That is the battle queue order. You got a deck. Nice. Which one did you get? The Marnie's Grimmsnarl and Steven's the Steven deck, the rival decks are actually pretty good in the game too. All right, let's do Jacques. Get that Dusclops back. We're going to evolve. I guess I didn't really need to do that, but just for the shits and giggles. Yeah, I could just knock him out. We'll do some extra damage. Let him take an extra prize. And now we'll do the win. For 540 damage, good lord. You're Leah Bunny in the game because Hannah was already taken. Okay, fair enough. Alright, GG's. Not, you are up first in the battle queue. Let's do it. So I will send you... Did you send me a friend request already? Not, add me in the game, Spectre Vision. Yeah, so go to your profile, go to friends, and then add friend and add me. You will see what deck I have when we fight. Okay. Alright, Not, you ready? Let's do it. Send me that friend request and let's battle. Yeah, so you go to... first you click on your profile. Then you go to your friends list. And then add friends. Yeah, Hannah, you've got me added here. I scanned 38 pack cards today. Holy crap. Did you get like massive unlocks? That's awesome. Yeah, that gives you something to do with the scan cards. So when you open real packs of cards, they always come with the code cards. Scanning them will give you a pack in the game. Got 200 cards. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. You probably got a whole bunch of coins too, because you probably got more than 4 of a kind. I don't see it yet. Not. What's up, Venom? How you doing? Welcome in. So we're pretty good. Apparently, I got a full art Absol and a new Applin. Just got shit all around. But you know what? Even getting those ship cards are fine because you'll eventually get doubles, and then they'll convert to currency in the game. I do not have your friend request. Doing good. Are we fighting peeps here? Yeah, we are. There are 3 people in the battle queue right now, but if you want to get in, just type !battle in the chat, and you will be next in line after the next 2 matches. Or 3 matches. And add me as a friend in the game so that we can speed it up. So just look up Spectre Vision, you'll find me. Where to go? So you go to your profile. So click on your profile. Then there should be a friends button. And then add friend. Or just tell me what your username is and I can add you. Because I've already got it pulled up. I mean, you'll still have to go in there to accept the invite, but... Milked by Diddy, oh my goodness. Okay, I sent a friend request, so you'll have to go into your friends list to add me. Peepo happy, exactly. All right, did you get it? Did you get it, Not? I know that the user interface is kind of screwy in this. It's not very intuitive at first. It can be kind of a pain in the ass to navigate. But there we go. I think I just got it. Cool. Yay. Is that you? Green Scorpion? No. Okay. So, Milk by Diddy. All right. We're doing it first. Okay. So, I'm going to challenge you. Oh, that's you, Venom. Okay, cool. And I'm going to turn off timers. And I'll use a different deck. So I'll do my gas bomb deck. That one I got my ass kicked by Ghost last time. All right, I am sending you the challenge request, so let's do it. Not. So yeah, Venom, if you want to type !battle in the chat, you will be added to the battle queue. And everybody remember that there is a Pokemon game going on in the chat where periodically Pokemon will spawn in the chat. If you have not done so already, type !PokeStart and you will get a starter Pokemon and be enabled into the community game. All right. Ooh, I missed the coin flip. I do that a lot. You know, sometimes in like the real TCG, people will roll a dice instead of flip a coin. I much prefer to flip a coin. I feel like that's more of like a, I don't know, it's a more like visceral thing to flip a coin than it is. And like sometimes people can be really weak when they roll a dice, so they just kind of like flips over once. Like I want an actual coin to flip. Like that's the fairest way to do a coin flip, I think. But technically the dice are also tournament legal, but I don't know. I feel like it's easier to cheat a dice roll than it is to cheat a coin flip. Cat Cam is why I came here. I decided to stay. I'm so glad, King, that you decided to stay. Yeah, so sometimes the cats don't hang out in here, but this one did. He's hanging out, taking a little nap on the arm of his chair. And we do a little thing that anytime we get a sub in the chat, that we feed him a treat. So this is my gas bomb deck, which I should change the name to Asthma Attack because I feel like that's a much better name. But it's all coughings and wheezings. Coughings and wheezings all the way down. So Hannah, today's question of the day is, what is your go-to comfort sandwich and why? For me, I love a good classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So peanut butter, it's got to be the extra chunky peanut butter and grape jelly on wheat bread. It is like I think the quintessential best like snack food. I love it. And if you want to get a little creative, put that bad boy in the air fryer for like 2 minutes. Get a little nice and a little toast on it. Now we're talking. Are we allowed to know cats' names? How many total? So we have 2 cats. This is Archie back here. And we have another cat named Moira who... She doesn't like being on stream. She'll come in sometimes for treats, but she doesn't really like hang out in here. PB&J is live. Hell yeah. That's a good life. I will say this, though. Big fan of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Not a fan of Uncrustables. They taste too artificial to me. And also, like... A peanut butter and jelly sandwich is like the easiest thing to make in real life. Why do we need to get those frozen? So Bad Taste says, I'm looking for sweet Nutella. Ooh. I'm looking for savory tuna melt. Oh, tuna. Dude, I have not had a tuna melt in ages. What kind of cheese do you put on a tuna melt? Ooh, Iono out the gate. Ugh. I feel like cheddar is usually the go-to for a tuna melt, right? Fancy goblet for fancy wine. You know it. It is very kingly of me. This is not wine. This is, for all intents and purposes, on TikTok, this is grape juice. It's prune juice. I need to stay regular. Ugh, have you ever tried prune juice? It's so gross. I remember, like, that was, like, a thing about my grandparents. They never had any, like, sodas or... any other kind of juices to drink. It was only prune juice in the fridge. It was gross. I love like a sandwich with salami. Ooh, completely normal. Salami sandwiches are good. At work, they used to have a really good like grill where you could get hot ham and cheese. Oh, I fucking love those sandwiches. But they got rid of the grill and they don't do it anymore, and it's really disappointing. I guess I'll get the Team Rocket energy. No stadiums, though, huh? I got both of my stadiums in my hand. Cheddar. It's basically a grilled cheese with a tuna spread on it, although I always mix a bit of cumin, ooh, and garlic powder into the tuna to make it warm and more flavor. Cumin is a good idea. Cumin gets used a lot, like when making tacos and Mexican food and whatnot, but I've never tried it. Never tried it on a tuna sandwich. That's actually a really good idea. Let's chuck one of these area zeros. Hey, what up, Schmitty? What is Hawaiian Punch? I've heard of it. Hawaiian Punch is awesome. It's just, I don't know, fruit punch. How would you even describe the taste? It's like cherry and pineapple-y and berry flavored. It's kind of like Kool-Aid. Red 40 and sugar. Yeah, that's actually the more accurate description. Yeah, red 40 and sugar. Yep. That's what it is. I have it, but if it's anything like freaking grapefruit juice, someone else can have it. Oh, grapefruit juice, awful. Yes, I don't even like a grapefruit. Like, who is that for? It's so like bitter and tart. Ugh, no. Get that out of here. Give me an orange. You hate cumin? Is it because it kind of smells like BO, like body odor? A lot of people think it smells like body odor, but it adds a lot of like savory flavor to beef, especially. Oh, you got the Charizard up. Okay, all right. I might be in danger here. Ooh, we got the Milcery in the chat, y'all. Exclamation Pokey Catch in the chat to try to catch that Milcery. Bad Taste tuna mix. 1 can of tuna, a big ol' tablespoon of mayo, a tablespoon of hot sauce, quarter tablespoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of cumin, good sprinkling of dried parsley. Damn, that sounds good. You know, I used to like if I was making like a tuna mix with mayo and whatnot, I would add a little bit of relish in it too, like sweet relish. That's really good. I think I'm going to lose this match because I don't have any other Pokemon. This is not going to go well. Where the hell are all my Pokemon? Ghost, you know I have that Pokeball. Ooh, I also add some Dijon mustard if I'm feeling it. Ooh, nice. Dang, now I really want a sandwich. Shut up, I got it. And I feel like sometimes a sandwich can be, you know, don't overcomplicate it. Sometimes the simpler sandwiches are the more satisfying ones. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Oh yeah, I caught the milcery. Fuck. Well done, Nuts. You got me there. I ran out of Pokemon. GG's, dude. I'm telling you, Charizard, when a Charizard is up and rolling, it can be incredibly oppressive. It can do hella damage. All right. Next up in the battle queue is aptly named Ghost. You are up next. Yes, chat, you did cook. No, that was actually really good. I had a really bad hand in that I only had those two Pokemon from my first turn. I never got any more. And you had your Charizard up by your second turn, which is like ideal setup there. There's a sandwich place across the street from my work, and they have a bunch of fancy options, but I almost always go for a simple smoked meat and mustard on rye. Ah, that sounds good. I'm usually not a big fan of rye bread, but I mean, that does sound pretty good. I feel like rye bread's a little too dense sometimes. W for real. I knew that Iono was gonna hit some. Dude, it did. I had a good hand actually. Damn, so you really got hard cooked with your head. I did. Well, I had a good hand, but I didn't play it on the first turn, and your Iono kind of fucked me up. So, hey, what's up, Mela? Mela, again, thank you for all those gift subs last stream. That was amazing. And I forgot, we hit with your gift subs. We hit our sub goal twice. So I was supposed to open these on chat. I mean, on stream last time, and I forgot. So we're gonna do that today. 2 prismatic evolutions, as well as a Pokemon Center exclusive Destined Rivals ETB that is on store for tonight. We're gonna go with my Nathan's Typhlosion deck. Let's do this. Oh, Archie wanted to come sit on my lap. Grilled cheese with cheap bread and American cheese. Hell yeah. USA! USA! Check your friends when you're ready. Okay, I got it. That early Iono, baby. I'm such a noob, but you can never underestimate the disruptive nature of an Iono. It can come clutch so many times that, like, it has saved my life. You're probably like, all these Pokemon, yes. Sometimes, though, an Iono can backfire on you where you end up having your opponent draw into the card that they needed with it. But most of the time, I use it because I don't have a card that I need. Actually, just bit me. When I got that Ultra Ball, I was like, yep, it's time. That's the other thing, too, is like when you have a move, you play it. Oh, you're using your Apple deck. Oh, shoot. I'm with the fire, so I've got the type advantage here. Yeah, I wanted to just get rid of opening hand because it could have hit so hard. Indeed, it did. Yep, it really did. It disrupted so well. Ooh, type advantage, type advantage. Man, I wish we had more deli options in our town. We only have like one true deli, and it's okay. Like, it's not bad. But sometimes it's hella packed there, and it takes forever. But I wish we had like one of those New York City bodega delis that you can get like the best sandwich that you've ever had in your life. Like, I want one of those. Where are those in my town? My second comfort sandwich is PB&J. Yeah, either raspberry preserves. So I'm usually not a fan of preserves because it's too chunky. But I can see that. You know, I can see that. I'm an old school. I feel like grape jelly is the basic jelly, right? Like that's the one that like everybody considers to be like the basic jelly. I like grape. That's just my jam. It's my jam, as they say. All right, so we will bench a couple of these. So this Cyndaquil setup, the Typhlosion deck is actually pretty dope, and you guys will see very soon. Okay, this is the second time I've heard that from Americans, and I cannot disagree more. Really? Wait, what disagree about what? Strawberry is your default? Grape is the default jelly. Smucker's Raspberry Preserves is smooth, just has raspberry seeds in it. Is that the one with like the red and white lid, like in the jar? I feel like I've seen that one before. It's wild because Spectre got to Charizard Online without a... I know, right? You just like slow rolled into it and still steamrolled me. Strawberry makes my mouth tingle in a bad way. In a bad way. Are you allergic? Dude, I'll send you my Charizard deck knot if you want to like add it into your deck list too, and you can try out my Charizard deck. It's pretty good. I've done pretty well on tournaments with it. Yes, red, white, and plaid. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yes, I've seen that one before. So now you get to see the power of the Typhlosion. Not gonna lie, I have a safety net. Maybe not for you. Was having a Mew a good choice? Yes, Mew is good, although most of the time people just run one Mew. They don't run two. But yes, Mew can be very handy. Because it has that ability that lets you draw cards up to having 3 in your hand. So you might be allergic. You know, it happens, right? You can't do any damage to my bench, so I think I'm okay with that. I should have used this instead of playing the Arvin. Oh well. You live and you learn. And maybe, usually only fresh strawberries that haven't been washed will do that. And I was told it's because of pollen, but strawberry jelly jam does as well. So yeah, I think you're allergic, Bella. That sounds like an allergy. Was running 2 because of the draw, and just in case, but also because if one died, then you had to back up. Yeah, so you can only use one of their draw abilities, because it only lets you draw up to 3 cards. So you don't really get a whole lot of benefit from it. One card that is a lot of people run is the Pheasantipity EX, because if you had a Pokemon that was knocked out, they have an ability that allows you to draw 3 cards. So that is a really good draw engine, and it helps you catch back up in the game. Okay, rude. So here's what we do. Here's how this deck works. We're going to evolve into the Typhlosion. We're going to play Ethan's Adventure, which allows us to take any combination of energies and whatnots. How many energies do I need for his attack? I need just 1. Okay. 1 energy. We're going to get another Cyndaquil and another Typhlosion. We'll drop the Cyndaquil. We will use this ability. I have an EX Blaziken, but none of his basics. So you can use the exchange points in the game to buy those cards if you don't have them. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. We're going to attach an energy. We're going to attach a maximum belt. And we're gonna swing for hella fucking damage here. Off of 1 energy. 1 energy. 420 blazing. That's a lot of nuts! There's decks you can use, but I want to build my own, and I just think I'll stick with my Charizard in my deck. Charizard is dope. There's a really great Charizard Dragapult deck that I want to build in real life. But yeah, so Dragapult is kind of the top tier meta deck right now. But combining him with the Charizard, you can just do some massive, massive, massive damage. So it's a little unfair because I have the type advantage. Oh shit. Okay, well, maybe not. You're also trying to accumulate currency. I would suggest playing the ranked mode, even though it's a little bit harder. You still earn more points, even if you lose. You earn more points toward the battle pass and toward the ranked rewards as well. I have so many cards in my hand here. Okay, we're gonna evolve. We're gonna evolve. We're gonna attach energy. I've done a little research, but yeah. Great timing, right? Yeah, I know Quick League, you go against lower end. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna Super Rod to pull these guys back out of the dumpster. Actually, yeah, we'll pull a whole line out. I definitely like to play, but for real, I'm missing a ton of cards Pokemon-wise anyway. Well, yeah, and you'll get them throughout the game, yeah. Let's put a luxurious cape on so that he gets some extra HP. And swing. 460, blaze it. Yeah, I said the same thing not when I first started playing this, but now like I barely play TCG Pocket anymore because like this is more fun, especially now that I'm doing like tournaments in real life. I test all of my tournament decks in here. Uh-oh, boss's orders. So yeah, I definitely play TCG Live way more than I play TCG Pocket. So again, the battle queue, we have Hannah, you are up next, and then Not again for your second match. I'm really thinking about free-to-play in Pocket and how they might have to give out more HG or packs for new players. Yeah, I'm going to cancel my subscription for Pocket. But with Live, you have the you have to basically buy packs to accumulate cards, right? Yes and no. So you will get them for free just by participating in battles. You get points toward the battle pass, and there's unlockables within the battle pass like free packs, free cards, promo cards, all that kind of stuff. Or if you open up cards in real life, you get the code cards that you can scan and add those into your game as well. Or through ranked rewards, you also get free packs. So like there's quite a few ways to get free packs in the game. And you also, through battling, you accumulate exchange points, which you can use to just buy individual cards in the game if you want. There is actually not a way in TCG Live to spend actual money. So it is completely free to play. Which I like. I still love Pocket. It's just I want more events to grind. Exactly. You know, and a lot of people kind of have that complaint. I wish there was more variety in the events other than just win 40 matches or win 5 matches in a row. You know, I wish there was more variety to it. Oh, I should have got the Quilava. I don't know why I didn't do that. I mean, I guess I still can. Let's do that. Let's get the Quilava. I like the battle wins and consecutive wins, but we're cool. But they could do something like that, which is new. I wish they would do something like only use specific types, or there are like banned cards or something to mix it up, so not everybody's running the same meta decks. Oh, the Diglett was caught by Mela and Ghost. You were the only two who caught the Diglett. The thing I like about Pockets is I find the meta isn't as intense. It's more viable to build wacky off-meta decks that still work without getting steamrolled by Charizard EX every game. That is true. Yeah, right now the Charizard isn't even the meta anymore in TCG Live. It's definitely the Dragapults. Dragapults are the bane of my existence. But I feel like I have found a way to beat them with my Grimmsnarl deck. Buddy Blast, let's do it. If there's a deck that everyone is playing, I have absolutely no interest in running that deck. I want to build fun stuff. Yeah, and to be fair, you can do that in TCG Live. It's just in the rank mode, you're probably going to find a lot of people running the Dragapults. You're going to find a lot of people running the En's Reshiram and En's Zoroark and the Reshiram meta. Those ones are really big too. So like, really, you see a lot of the same ones in there. Sadly, I got no hits in TCG Pockets. Ugh, bummer. It be like that sometimes. Yeah, meta isn't as wild once you know or can get. In TCG Live, I feel like it's probably more meta focused and less fun decks. That's true. Although in expanded mode, you'll see a lot more of the kind of wacky decks. All right. GG's Ghost. Well, my dude. But no, you're right. Not a lot of people, at least in the ranked mode, will run the very similar meta decks or variations of them. So you see less variety than that. But when you play the expanded mode, you definitely see a lot more variety. Can I use my paranormal evidence points to ban actions like while we play actions? Yeah, I mean, sure. But now here to find. Okay, Hannah, you are up next in the battle queue, and then Not, you will be next after that, and I will close the queue after that so we can open some cards, because in line we've got 2 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs and the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box for Destined Rivals that we are going to be unboxing here on stream. You love the Charizard art, except for the darkness background. Yeah, well, there's some really cool ones too, and that's the other thing is you can like really bling out your decks. All right, Hannah, let's do this. Let me get into the thing, and I'll send you a challenge. Hannah, it says that you are offline right now. I do not see you online. I'm not gonna lie, Pocket has more clean art, but the Charizard art looks so good. It really does. Whoops, that's a Ghost. Okay, now I see you. I will send you a request. Let's see. I'll use my Mewtwo deck. I haven't used this one in a while. I actually have this deck in real life. All right, so Hannah, I have sent you the battle request. You can find it in your friends page. Is there a flare thing in this? There are, in that there are different variations of the card, so you can do like a reverse holo version. Some of them have the Pokeball variants. Then there's the art cards. So they're all the real cards that exist in real life. So if there is an alt art variant of it, you can add it to your deck. It's a little cumbersome to do it, but yes, you can do that. And I'll show you after this match too. You see the outlines and yeah. So as you get more and more stuff unlocked, you'll be able to add those different variations to your cards in the deck. But it's not like Pocket Current. No, it's not like that where you can just like buy just arbitrary sparkles and whatnot. These are actual cards that exist in real life. Okay, so Hannah, I'm sending the request. See if you can find it in your friends list, and let's do it. So you'll have to click on your profile, then your friends list, and you should see my challenge in there. Ah, man, I twisted my wrist or something earlier. It hurts. Yeah, you should be lit up blue at the bottom. That is one thing. So this is kind of an older app, and it's I do feel like the user interface is not super intuitive. it's a little clunky, and like swapping cards in and out is kind of crazy. You're acting like a pro. Listen, we all went through this the first time we played a match in this game. It's not intuitive. I do not blame you. It is a little cumbersome. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Hannah, I'm gonna do a freebie. We're gonna do a Never Have I Ever while we wait. So, if you don't remember, anytime we get a Never Have I Ever card, I pull a card from the Never Have I Ever deck, hold it up to the screen. If you have done the thing that it never has we said we did, then raise a hand. You don't see my request. Okay, let me try sending it again. Thank you, Bad Taste. All right, so I'm gonna send you a challenge again. Turn off timers. Send a match request. Okay, match request sent. There, you'll cover the cost. So if you have done the thing that it never has we said we did, then raise a hand. Tell a story, whatever you want to do. Never have I ever locked my keys in the car while it was running. There we go. Hannah's in. I have never done that. I've never locked my keys in the car while it was running. I have locked my keys in the car several times. And I've had to break into it. That's actually how I learned how... I used to drive a year 2000 Ford Ranger, and I learned that by unscrewing the antenna, the radio antenna off the front, you can actually pick the lock by sliding it under the handle and moving the lever up. Oh, I've locked myself out of the house many times too. There was one time at our old house that I had to throw Molly through the back bedroom window because only she could fit through it. It's like a sideways sliding window, and only she was small enough to fit through it. But it was like, I don't know, it was probably like 7 feet above the ground, so she had to stand on my shoulders, and I kind of just like threw her through the window. It was pretty funny. I guess you had to be there. I haven't played this deck in a while, so we'll see how it goes. Ooh, Hannah with a mulligan. That is one thing in TCG Live that does not happen in Pocket. In Pocket, you always have a starter Pokemon that you start with. In TCG Live, sometimes you don't, in which case you have to do a mulligan, which you redraw a hand, and your opponent will get to draw a free card. What up, Izzy? Lovers and friends. Tell me again, baby, we'll be lovers and friends. Remember that song? I've never done that, but I have while it was closed. Luckily, my Jeep throws a hissy fit if I do that. It honks. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It goes like, burp, 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 burp. Like whenever you have the keys in. So this is my Mewtwo deck. And yes, it's pronounced Mewtwo. I'll fight anybody who says otherwise. Izzy, you're just in time. Here in a little bit, we're going to do some unboxings. I have 2 Prismatic Evolution Packs and a Pokemon Center exclusive Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box. That's coming up soon. It's actually not too bad, though. TCG Live, you can probably draw something. That's true, yeah. Ghosty Claws. Santa gift giving ass. I know, right? You're too generous, Ghosty. But I do like Pocket with the guarantee. Yeah, that does make it a little... Well, and I think that's all part of the effort to speed the game up. So, like I said, TCG Pocket, it's all about fast matches. Like, you go through those pretty quickly. Oh, okay, Hannah, you're running the Charizard deck too, I see. Everybody's on the Charizard tonight. Shit. Another Diglett. I really want to open like a new pack, but waiting for my currency build. Yeah. Just watch. Go and do a ranked match really quick, and you'll have more than enough to level up on the battle pass. And even if you lose, you still get like 300 or 400 points, I think. You scrolled up too far. Rip. Oof. Oof.
Got him! Got him!
Cleffa. Grasping draw. It's a pretty good start. Yeah, you've got the two Charmanders and a Pidgey on the bench. You built your own versions, so you do what I can. Yeah. And, you know, honestly, that's the fun about TCG Live is you get to really experiment with decks. And even playing in against the AI, it's really fun to, like, try out new things and test them. And then you could be like, oh, I really like this deck. I want to build this in real life and play it in a tournament or, you know, just like a local friendly matchup. That could be really, really fun. You also don't get too many starts if you want to build your own. Charizard makes it quicker to think of a deck. And Charizard is a very, like, straightforward playstyle. Like, you don't have to do too much big braining for it. So, you know, it's all about leveling up, like evolving your Pokemon, attaching energy, and striking. You don't have to do like crazy, like weird backwards kind of lines to make it work. All right, let's do some damage here. We're gonna pull the Hoothoot out, put the Mewtwo in. Iono, which actually helps Hannah out a little bit because now they've got more cards. Ooh, but Area 0 Underdepths, yeah. Which means I can throw the Clefairy down and my other Mewtwo down. And let's swing for a knockout. I think Pidgeot EX in the game is better than Pocket, mainly because 2 energy attack. Well, the Pidgeot EX is so good because of its ability that allows you to literally go into your deck and pull any card that you want out. That is freaking fantastic. So, like, I run a Pidgeot EX in my Mewtwo deck, and if all goes well, I'll never use it to attack. I only want him sitting on my bench, getting me exactly what card I need every turn. And that's what makes that card so freaking special. If I need a boss's orders to switch out my opponent's Pokemon, I can get it. If I need a rare candy to evolve another Charmander into a Charizard, I can get it. And that Pidgeot lets you do that. It also has 0 retreat cost. So if my opponent knocks out my Pokemon, I'll throw my Pidgeot EX in there first, see what hand I get, see what I can set up, and then retreat him out for free. Ooh, Fletchinder is in the chat, y'all. Exclamation Pokecatch to see if you can catch it. And that's the thing, you know, like, not to like talk bad about TCG Pocket because it is really cool, and that's like what got me back into like the Pokemon games and collecting and stuff like that. But it's a much more scaled down, simplified version. Whereas there's so many options and paths that you can take on a turn that you can't necessarily do in Pocket. So this is a much deeper game, and that can be the gift and the curse of it. So So going with the TM Evo here. Okay. So at this point, Hannah's in an uphill battle because I've got my Mewtwo ready to punch. So I will use the Jewel Seeker ability. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, if you have any Terra Pokemon in play, which I do, you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So I can pull any 2 trainers I want, and I'm going to get the boss's orders. And let's do Earthen Vessel. I just prefer Pocket for the art, and that is one thing that the user interface in Pocket is much better. It's much easier on the eyes, and yeah, it's a little more user friendly in that regard. Where do I want to put this one? Let's put it on the Clefairy. And then we'll play the Earthen Vessel, chucking at Area 0 to get 2 energies. And this should be a KO here. Alright, so unless Hannah's got a rare candy with the Charizard in there, this match may be over. Probably gonna take me way longer to get it. Yeah, yes and no. It's kind of a cool balance to play both, switch back and forth between the two. Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh-ish deck build style, but less. Yeah, in fact, I've actually had a friend who has said that like it's very similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh, where building decks, you just gotta have the Pokemon. You can also have 4 of a kind in a deck rather than 2 of a kind, like you can in Pocket. So that's handy too. So that can like change how you build decks. Oh, there's the Charizard. Do we have a rare candy? There it is. Oh shit. Oh, so here's a knockout coming up right here. Knockout coming up right here. Okay, game on. This just got interesting. Okay. I want to make an all Eevee deck, but this probably won't be able. So there is if you Google Eevee box deck list, you'll find a really good deck build that's used in championships. Ooh, 4 energies on the Charizard. And a maximum battle. Oh god. This is gonna do like 500 damage to me. 290. Okay. Well, not that much, but enough to get the kill, that's for sure. Okay, this changes things a little bit. So really the only thing I can attack with on my next turn... Damn, I feel like they never have fire types, and I missed it. Let's put the Natu down. We'll put that. We're going to Glass Trumpet to put some energy on our colorless Pokemon in case I got to swing again for the Mewtwo. And we'll put another Mewtwo down. Oh, this isn't nearly enough damage. So the Pheasantipity, that's where this Pheasantipity EX comes in handy, because the ability Flip the Script. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may take 3 cards, which is very, very, very handy. And with that, I drew an Arven. Does this help me out at all? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, we can do a Lily's Pearl. Cool. Lily's Pearl is a really cool card. If the Lily's Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, that player takes 1 fewer prize card. You're using full arts, not gonna lie. Oh, hell yeah. That's always the fun, is to bling out your deck. Let's do this. We're gonna pitch the Ultra Ball. getting rid of the Arbin and the Nest Ball to get another Hoothoot. I mean, a Noctowl. To evolve him up. To get 2 supporter cards with that. And with that, we will get the... We'll get another Ultra Ball and a Bravery Charm. So I'm going to use the Ultra Ball to discard a Bravery Charm and a Basic Energy to pull a Xatu. I'm going to evolve a Natu into a Xatu and use their ability Clairvoyant Sense. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you attached energy to a Pokemon this way, you can draw 2 cards. So we're going to put that on the Mewtwo. Take 2 cards. And we will attack for 180 damage. Oof. That means this Clefairy is cooked on the next turn. But it's okay. I think I can come in swinging with a Mewtwo on the next one and take a win. I love the Nest Ball in this. I don't know if it came to Pocket. It hasn't yet. It's basically like a Pokemon. Yeah, it really is. So it allows you to get any basic Pokemon. Another really useful item is the Buddy Buddy Poffin, which allows you to draw 2 basic Pokemon from your deck and put them on your bench, but they have to be less than 70 HP, which you can use to pull Charmanders or Pidgeys on your Charizard deck. Yes, energy is not guaranteed. Yeah, that is one thing that is very unique to Pocket, is you get energy every round. So, Hannah, I would suggest for your Charizard not attaching more than the 2 fire energy that you need, because having more energy on there doesn't really help you at all, especially if I knock it out. So we're going to put this here. We're going to Iono. Yeah, so having that 5 energy doesn't necessarily help you out any. Clairvoyant Sense. So my Mewtwo does more damage based on how many psychic energies are attached to all of my Pokemon. Pocket makes multi-type decks less viable, though, because although energy is guaranteed, the type of energy is not. Exactly, dude. That's a big deal. You only put 3 because of the retreat cost. Yeah, and I would look to adding items like a switch card or a what is this? The rescue board as a tool so that you can retreat for free. Okay, let's do Glass Trumpet. So we'll pull some energy, attach it to our bench. We've got 2 Glass Trumpets. So yeah, my Mewtwo does more damage by the more number of energies I have on across all of my Pokemon. So this is actually going to hit really, really hard here. It's very cool to see how both... It really is. It is very interesting. 250 for that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Take my 2 prizes. I just don't know how long I'll play because of the card. Yeah, that's true. But I'm telling you, just play ranked mode for a couple of matches and you'll get more than enough cards to like build the decks that you need. And right now, it's the battle pass is all Destined Rivals, so you'll get those filled up really, really quick. And then you can use the other points to purchase like pre-built decks or booster packs in the game too. Ooh, Rellor. So the Rellor evolves into the Rabsca, which is really handy because it blocks bench damage. Iono, very nice. Yeah, the trainer points, the TP. being good to give you the other normal currency. Yeah. And that is one thing I do like about TCG Live, is that it is truly a free-to-play game. There is not even a way to spend money if you tried. There is no way to spend money in the game. There's also a couple of free promo codes. So if you go into the shop and go to redeem, if you type... Here, I'll type it in the chat. Put that in the chat and you will get some free stuff there. I mean, into the redemption. And then there's another one too. Let me see if I can figure out if I remember what it was. There's one that's just for Destined Rivals. Let me see. Gotta pull it up real quick. TCG Live. I know I saw it in like a group somewhere, so. No, that's not it. Where's that damn promo code? I know I've seen it recently. It's something like, I think it's like Destined Rivals 2025 or Destined Rivals 25 or something like that. Should give you some like free Destined Rivals packs in the game. Damn, I'm not seeing it. I know I've seen it recently where somebody posted it in like a shared group. So the redeem is in the shop. So if you click on the shop from the main menu, then there should be a tab that says redeem. And that's where you can scan your code cards or manually type in a code. Maybe somebody took down the... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so it is Destined Rivals 25. Destined Rivals 25. Yeah, so type that in there and you'll also get some two free promo cards. Oh, you got rid of my Area 0 Underdepths. Oof, good call. We're gonna chuck the Fan Rotom, the Natu, and the Pheasantipity. Good play, Hannah. So yeah, put those codes in, you'll get a couple of free cards and free stuff.